Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Faith Builder. Happy Thursday morning. This week we have been looking at this issue of building a foundation of hope and to realize unless we have a real honest understanding of evil in the world and a solution for evil, that our foundation of hope is very weak. And so we've been looking also at the Olivet Discourse and Jesus' words about the end times. The disciples asked him about when the end would come. And Jesus mentions in Matthew 24 the coming of the abomination of desolation in the end, this evil one, this world ruler who will rise up and take over. That evil in the world is going to climax and come together supernaturally and also with world power together. The kingdom of the world against the kingdom of God. And what's amazing is all the way back in the Old Testament, in Daniel chapters 9, chapters 10 and 11, is that Daniel prophesies about this abomination of desolation that will come and will be a ruler of the evil of the most kind, but also one who's so supernatural and who will be performing even miracles and things that will, Jesus says, even lead the elect astray possibly. And then we can go all the way to the end of the Bible. In Revelation 13, we see speaks about the coming beast at the end. And you've heard maybe the mark of the beast, the 666. And Revelation 13 is where this beast, whether this is a powerful nation that has this ruler, the Antichrist, the abomination of desolation, all of that is prophesied a lot in the Bible, and it gives us great detail about what to look for, to be watchful, right, for this evil that is coming. A little side note to think about in here is that each of these prophecies in Daniel and what Jesus talked about, as well as in what we see in Revelation, it would allude to the fact that in Jerusalem, the temple was again, the sacrifices again were being made in the temple, that the Jews again got control of the temple for these things to happen, for the abomination of desolation to come in and to take control and to set up idolatry in the temple. Means that most likely the Israelites or the Jews have again possession of it. And as you know, right now in Jerusalem, there's a battle over Temple Mount. The Muslims have control of Temple Mount. It's kind of shared in the city of Jerusalem. But again, this is why many people, if you see in the news or hear people talk about it, why for them the battle for Temple Mount is a big, big deal when it comes to another sign of the end times coming. In other words, all eyes should be on Israel, right? Israel is the epicenter of the world, right? In many ways, Jesus, when he returns, his feet are going to land on the Mount of Olives, it says. The New Jerusalem that's coming down from heaven is going to land and be, again, heaven on earth, right, in that place. Israel is the longest lasting nation in the world. It is the apple of God's eye. He has a plan, right, for Israel still. So our eyes should be in tune with that, and we see this all connecting within prophecy for the future. But just a couple things to end for us to think about in this is evil increases, right? Also, we see that the church increases in power, and the truth that we must have underneath our hope, and our hope should be increasing during these times, is two things. Jesus saves us from evil within and evil without. In other words, the gospel comes and it overwhelms and saves us and redeems us on the inside so that now we might be an agent of light for him on the outside. The second thing is the truth of the gospel is that once we know Jesus, nothing can separate us from the love of God. And we have that truth given to us in Romans chapter 8, that nothing, death, life, demons, darkness, nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. The final passage to give you as we close things out, one of my favorites, in Colossians chapter 1, verses 13 through 14, says, God has delivered us from the domain of darkness, and he's transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption and the forgiveness of sins. Is to know that when we know Jesus, is that there's a huge transfer that takes place, and that we are transferred. Our identity, our future, our inheritance is moved from this world, right, the kingdom of darkness, into the kingdom of light, to be a child of God under his inheritance. So I hope that encourages you. God bless.